This is going to be a challenge video. How many easy, medium, hard, and super hard praxis questions can I get? Correct. So praxis 5113 easy questions. Okay, let's see how the easy questions play today. Okay, try answer by looking anything up or join your answer. Okay. What family does the flute belong to? Oh, woodwind. How many beats is a whole note get in common time? 2 is D. Which clef is mostly commonly used in the violin? I think 3 is C. Um, which instrument is a brass instrument? Really? D. 4. Trumpet. What does piano mean in music? 5 is C. Which period came first? Like, that's the thing question that they should be asking. But I'm gonna say, if I put them in order, Baroque, Classical, Romantic, combined, I'd say the Baroque period, just to save my life, and I bet that was first. If there's a period before that one, it would have to been medieval, but that's not in my choices, so I'm putting C. How many lines are in a standard musical style? 4, 5, 5. B. What instrument is part of the percussion family? Obviously, it's not violin and it's not trumpet, but I know it's timpani. And I played percussion, so I know it's timpani. How does a sharp, okay, no. What does a sharp do to a note? Okay. Raises it by half step. B. Which composer wrote and declined the music? Oh, da 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 da, boom ba boom ba da 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 da. I have to say 10 is A. Beethoven. Wait, I have to say it. Okay, call it out. Great job, you. My score was about. Wait a minute. Why is this? Wait. Mozart. I didn't think Mozart. Okay. Move it up. Alright. In a major scale, what scale degree is the leading tone? That's the medium questions. Oh, the seventh. So 1 being supertonic, 2 is being supertonic, 3 is median, 4 is the dominant, 5 is dominant, 6 is the median, 7 is leading tone, is D. In the major interval, C up to A. Minor 6. Which chord is the dominant 7 in the key of G? D major? D answer AC. Which composers most closely associated with the impressionist composer. Okay, so then 4 is gonna be B. A diminished triad consisting of a diminished minor third. Oh wait. Okay. It has to be a root, a minor third, and saxophone in a minor third, but then it has to be a diminished fifth. So minor third would be have to be D if this is the answer. Which transposition is required when a B flat clarinet reads a C? If they read that C, it will sound like they're B flat. A. Which form is associated with the first movement of a classical era symphony? The first movement has to be sonata allegro. A. What does ritardando mean? Ritardando is gradually slowing down. That is C. What cadence moves from 5 to 1? On 5th, 9. D. Number 10. Which instrument is a non-transposing and normally reads music as a concert pitch? French horn is not. Trumpet is not. Flute is. Flute is non-transposing. Number 10 is C. Let's see how to do with this one. This is a medium questions. About 90. Oh, I forgot it was a major 6. Okay. Wait, yeah, okay. It was major 6. Okay. Alright, let's step it up some more. In the key of E flat major, what Roman numeral best describes the chord F, A flat, C, E flat? Okay, if I know this one, it would have to be a 2-7. Oh wait. F, A, C, if it's a try, F, A flat, C would have been minor. It has to be a minor, okay, minor third, okay, minor, okay. It has to be a 2-7. I'm thinking and this is going to be that answer. No, after A flat, minor third, A flat, C, minor third. That is the minor third. That's the fifth between the F and the C. F to E flat, that's a minor 7th. And there you go. Okay, a passage in C major consists of the progression C major, A7, D minor, G7, C major. What is the function of A7 chord? Okay. A7. Okay, so C to A would have been 6. 6, 7. I think number 2 would have been C. I couldn't think of anything else. With progression, most establish a modulation from C major to G major. Okay. Alright. What establish it is meaning 1, 2, 5, 1, I think it was. Okay, so it could be 1 being it, going into 2, 2 has to resolve to dominant, and dominant has to go back into tonic. I think that 3 is going to be C. In a four-part chorale texture, what is the voice leading practice generally preferred? Okay, voice leading practice is preferred. Okay, so parallel fifths between soprano and bass, parallel. Okay, the first two we kind of do um, eliminate because you don't want parallel perfect fifths between your, and you don't want to have parallel octaves, which they do have that problem. I would say generally double the leading tone. I don't think that's a rule in this one because normally if you write in voice in the four-part texture, I think you have to double the root. So I'm gonna say 4 is C straight away. A melody that begins on scale degree 5 moves to 6, then 5, then 4, and final solves up to 3. Which statement describes the passage? Describes a chromatic passage tone. It contains stepwise melodic motion. It outlines a diminished chord. So I would say, okay, so 5 to 6, 5 to 4. I think it would result it kind of chromatically. I'm thinking that would be A. Could be wrong, but it's okay. And the score, the key signature, again the score. The key signature contains 4 sharps. The melody repeats, emphasizes D sharp, and the dominant chord frequently resolves up to E. Which key is mostly being established? Okay. In the score, the key signature contains 4 sharps. The melody repeats, emphasizes D sharp, and the dominant chord is up to E. What key is most likely established? It's going to be four sharps. Melody emphasizes D sharp, and dominant resolves up to E. I think for 6, it would be B major. No, E major. B. Which cadence occurs when a 5 unexpectedly resolves to 6 in a major key? When it resolves up to 6, puts it more into the sective. See? A score that shows a melody double at the octave between soprano and tenor, while the alto fills in the harmony. What is the texture is described? Homophonic, monophonic. Okay, so it's a double at the octave. I'm gonna say homo. In a minor key, which scale degrees commonly raised to create the leading tone? 7. Score analysis challenge. A 4-part ascending G has the following bass progression: C, G, C, A, D, G, which the corresponding harmony is 1, 4, 2, 5, 1. Which best is, okay, so what statement press, okay, so it moves primarily to the predominant and dominant functions. It contains a, okay, so I think 2, 4, 2 and 4 are predominant. I'm gonna say it goes through the predominance, going into the dominant, and then going to 1. I think this one would have to be number 10 would have to be A. I'm pretty sure. See how this goes. Oh. Alright. And let's go crazy hard questions. And just in this one. Alright, this one targets advanced harmony, analysis, chromatic harmony, modulation, non-chord tones, analysis, form analysis concepts. I'll hold the answers to you, submit yours. In A minor, the progression is A minor, F, D, 7, G, C, E7, A minor. What is the best analysis for D7? Okay, so the best analysis would have to be, okay, since A minor is, if it says minor, technically that Roman number is going to be lowercase 1. I'm going to say D7 would be lowercase. The 4 has to be, if the major key is if the tonic is minor, pretty much the dominant is minor, 1 and 4, I'm going to say A. Analog analysis. A chord that contains the pitches C sharp, E, G, B, flat. In a tonal center where D minor is strongly established, the chord is best understood as, okay, D minor is clearly established as the, okay, so this one, G7 is, okay. So if it's D minor solely established, it would be 2. Sorry, I got a little pussycat on my foot. Okay. Oh, shoot. I didn't submit all of them. Okay. Okay. She was distracting me, I'm sorry. 1 and 2. Okay. Oh, okay. 3 was a modulation. A passage that begins in C major just formally progressed as which chord is strongly functions and pivoted tone towards G. D7. Number 3 is B. Okay. Alright. A soprano line over the C major tonic harmony moves G, A, G, G, A, G. An A occurs metrically on a strong beat and moves back to G. The A would be the, okay, so if it does that, I would say a passing tone. Voice leading. Which voice situation is most problematic in a common practice for harmony? Soprano moves C to D, while bass moves G to F. Soprano moves E to F, while D to D. Okay, I was thinking number 5. This one was kind of worded off, but I'm gonna try anyways. It's gonna have to be A, just to try it. In C major, the progression is C, A flat, F. A flat is okay. So the A flat major chord is defined as, okay. So what? Tell me more. What that question's gonna be? I think it's gonna be the flat 6. I'm pretty sure I might have heard of this one. It's gonna be flat 6. 7. 4-part chorale contains full and soprano and the bass motion. E, F, C, D. E, F is a major between the outer voices and the inner voices. E and F and soprano voices. Okay, so it's C, D. Okay. Major third, major third, minor third. I think, okay, major being this one. I think it's major, and then the D and the F seems like it's gonna be a minor. I'm thinking for 7 it would be B. 4. A classical era movement contains the tonic, a transition that modulates the dominant, a contrasting theme in the dominant followed by a developmental section and recapitulation, with the second theme returns in the tonic. Okay, first theme is the tonic. Introduces the dominant. Okay, so exposition being the first. I'm looking at development and a recapitulation. Okay. Exposition, development, is it part of sonata? I'm pretty sure that a curiosity. Wait. Okay, sonata form. I think this would be under sonata. Unless I checked it. 9. While listening to a piece, you consistently hear the accent pattern. Strong, weak, weak, strong, weak, weak. What are you hearing? 3, 4. Nightmare score analysis. C major, a passage contains D M7, G7, C major 7, A7, D minor 7, G7, C. Which statement completes the form analysis? 2, 7, 5, 7, 1, 7. S. Okay. And let's see. This would be one. Okay. So this would be 2, 7, 5, 1, 7. I think the A in my situation would be 6. I'm pretty sure that isn't a thing. Unless I see something else. Wait. But I think it also could be A too. Alright. I'm pretty sure. Let me type A. Let's see how I did. Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright. Oh. 4. Wait, how many was 4? Oh, okay. Okay.